Hello, and welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Jeff, and I'm your ringmaster for this evening's Cirque de Role play.
Oh my God.
That was horrible.
I liked it.
It was horrible, but also really good.
It was good.
Horrible, but your best yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I
That
would say that.
I don't know.
Don't encourage him.
You married him.
I don't know.
I
I
know.
kind of liked the Chef and the Feast de Resistance, but I think that's my favorite so far. But yeah. But anyway, we're here to play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. So, let me bring you up to speed on what happened last week. We
do.
saw the premiere of The Lost Guardians of Aecathan in Thunder's Edge to a rather unusual audience, given that it was a mixed audience made up of both folks who live in the Outer Enclave and folks who live in the Inner Enclave and actually left the Inner Enclave to go to an Outer Enclave establishment to hear the song. It was a little interesting watching the different audiences react, but overall it was well received. And following that, the four got to spend the night in their house for the first time. And Zorith got to really enjoy her skylight for the first time.
Yeah.
The following morning, they got a visit from Hugh from Sunrise Bakery, who brought them some muffins. And then they set about securing the purchase of their Lantern of Revealing. And they went to visit Athgar at his house, discovered that they were invited to dinner at the Keep that evening. And then they wandered through the Inner Enclave a little bit to the Blue Spider Inn, where Wiggy was hanging out because the Ivory's Wrath is closed on Sundays. And they had an interesting chat, and Arabelle asked Wiggy to arrange a couple purchases for her. And he told them that he'd be able to do that and would see them in the morning. And about early afternoon, you went back to your house, and you actually had about 5 hours to do whatever you'd like to do before the meal with Lord Tremane at the Keep. So, Adventurers 4. You got free time. What would you like to do with it?
Taking a bath.
There is a certain amount of preparation required for a more formal meal.
Yes. That's very true.
Did I attune that ring?
Well, you have time now.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but yeah, you have time now.
I do that.
Okay.
And then when I'm done with that, I practice the song some more.
I'll attune my winged boots if I haven't already.
All right.
And then I don't know if I have more formal attire.
I can't remember what we wore.
But Athgar said that this wasn't going to be a formal thing.
It's not like formal, fancy, but you still dress nice to have dinner with the Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
All I have is like my usual traveler's clothes that I, the clothes that I wear when I travel.
Didn't we make something for you and me at the fancy party?
That was for the fancy, or like fancy robes and that kind of stuff. You have your outfit with the boots and stuff, Zori.
Yes.
Of course, that dress. I've got clothes. I have multiple outfits. Happy to share.
Yeah.
I mean, would there be a place in town to pick up something that would be appropriate?
In the time you've got, no.
Okay.
You can pick up, normal everyday clothes at the general stores, no problem. But something
Right.
that would be more fitting for this is something that would have to be fitted and then made.
Right. Well, I know that tailors or dressmakers sometimes have some things that are ready-made,
Pret-a-porter.
but I didn't know if there would be anything like that here in Thunder's Edge.
Well,
I know I don't have a lot of clothes, but she might have.
You could go check.
Arabella's got extra things. What are you, the same sizes?
I don't know.
Borrowed like
Being half elf,
clothes before, right?
I'm not super.
She's half elf too.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only one who's human in this party.
Gotcha.
And
Well, I guess I
well.
can try on if you have something that you think would be appropriate.
Yeah, I'm sure. She's got a
I'd be
couple
happy
dresses
to borrow.
like that, and then if you've got any kind of like cinch or something, you can.
Sure.
I'm gonna wear my bard clothes. Like my performance clothes.
That makes sense.
I thought so.
Okay. All right.
I have my boots and my medium fancy pants.
I will prestidigitation them so that they're a little, less smelly. You're thinking really hard. I can see the smoke.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's probably a role involved in this. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I think it's probably going to be performance.
For what?
For what?
It would be Arabelle rolling performance with advantage because Gwenlaryn is there helping as well, but to find something of hers that they can put together that looks good on Gwenlaryn.
I have my good dice. Don't know where they are. I can't believe it.
Oh no.
22.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, no problem.
Yay.
Thank you for advantage.
Well, she's helping. I'm assuming there's... No, I don't like that. I would never wear that.
Well, and we had, I think, shared the cold weather clothing at some point, so I think
Yeah.
we'd already kind of established there. Not too far off.
Right. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to do with your free time?
When she's done, I'll take a bath. Like when everybody's done.
Baths all around.
So just, yeah.
Okay. Well, you've definitely got time for all four of you to bathe.
Sweet.
Get dressed.
We do so.
And get dressed, and I get dressed early and I'm sitting on the couch. Super nervous. Not nervous, just like anxious.
I think with whatever time is left, I'll start bagging up some of this stuff so that we're ready to leave in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, are you bringing that wine with us tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I clean off the bottles.
All right.
Yeah, make them less dusty looking.
I guess when it's time, we head out the door.
Mm-hmm. I bring my loot just in case.
Yes, just in case he requires to hear the song from you.
Or
Right.
just in case I need to play something so he doesn't act like an ass or something.
Well, I think he's likely to act like himself.
Just kingly.
Lordly.
Lordly. There you go.
Lordish.
All right. So you head through the gate toward the keep. When you get there, there are a couple Rykeliad at the door who you don't even have to break stride. They see you coming. They each grab one of the doors and open them for you, so you can just walk right in.
Night.
And you find Aerolacus waiting for you.
Lovely.
Camera woes.
Whoa.
Huh. Oh, you clean up good. I seem to
Thanks.
recall that.
Yep.
All right. You three, and he points to Arabelle, Tasha, and Zorith. You can go right in. Athgar's waiting. You come with me.
Well, can we go with her?
No.
It's fine.
Are you
Okay.
sure? Because I'm not above just hanging out.
It's okay.
Okay.
I stand and watch as they walk off and try to figure out where I should be going.
Head the way to the.
Follow Arabelle.
Yeah, he pointed when he said Athgar's already in there. So you do have a direction.
Go that way.
He takes you off into what looks to be like a small sitting room. You know, a couple bookshelves and table and chairs and a small sofa. And he stops and just kind of looks up at you. Do you have a death wish? Just curious. In the place where we were going. Right after we left. People are talking.
I don't know what I can possibly do about other people's talking.
You can not make it look like you and the boy are making out. That's what you can do. You know Tremane's got a bug up his ass about that already.
I really can't be held responsible for the idle gossip of the people in the outer enclave.
Save the smart talk for the table. This is just you and me. Okay? The hell were you thinking?
I'm thinking that people have been talking anyway, and I might as well give them something to talk about.
Ugh.
If they're going to gossip, they at least should have something worth gossiping about.
Yes, but if they're gonna gossip about things they just suppose, he doesn't care. But if they're gossiping about things that they claim they saw with their own eyes, that substantiates everything they've been talking about, then he cares.
If they can't tell the difference between my hands and his, then clearly they were well in their cups.
They're nobles. You expect them to be detail-oriented?
Mm-hmm.
Just be on your best behavior tonight, because he's pissed.
I'll try. But you know how he irritates me.
I wonder why. It's because you irritate him. On purpose.
It seems like turnabout's fair play.
Except, you're a scout. He's the lord. He's the head of the clan. You're a clan member. You seem to forget that.
I don't. I do my job well.
That remains to be seen. We haven't heard any complaints about you, so that's good. But
Are you kidding me? We just literally freed the metallic dragons.
yeah, that's what the group of you did. I'm talking about your job as envoy. Okay?
Wow.
We haven't heard anything, which is good because there's nothing bad. But there's nothing that we can point to and go, yes, look what a good thing Gwenlaryn's doing out there representing Thunder's Edge to the world.
Okay, if you don't think that being part of the 4 that released the metallic dragons and became dragonkin isn't worth noting, then I really don't think we have all that much more to talk about.
Understand, I'm not talking about my point of view. I'm talking about the point of view of the leader of Thunder's Edge and the head of the Lion Clan.
So
he's got a very his domain focused view of the world. He always has, and he will till he dies.
So you thought that you'd be helpful by pissing me off before I go in so that it would be, I'd be primed to be on my best behavior? Is that kind of where this is going?
I'm trying to explain where his anger is coming from, hoping that you would at least see and understand, and that might help you control yourself tonight.
I see and I understand. Anything else?
I have wind and water spells ready to put stuff out if necessary.
I'll do what I can to reduce the likelihood that that happens. But I think if any more people imply that I'm not doing a good job or that I'm not behaving honorably, this will not go well. And the best you can hope for is that I'll leave without killing anyone.
Well, if you ever want to be able to come back to Thunder's Edge, keep that in mind.
I will. And maybe others can keep in mind that respect is earned.
Yeah, and you haven't earned his yet. Because he sees you as a distraction. He sees you as a threat to his plans for Athgar. Now, keep in mind, I don't agree with those plans, but it's not my say, and it's not your say. It's his say. He's the Lord.
Like I said, I see and I understand.
All right. Now, this is going to be fun.
I was fine with being on my best behavior until you implied that maybe I haven't done my job.
I'm telling you how it looks from his very city-centric point of view, his very clan-centric point of view. I have a much larger view of things.
Good. Well, maybe you can run back to him and suggest that he not imply otherwise, and then we'll get along just fine tonight.
That's not my place, Gwenlaryn.
Funny.
Nor is it anyone else's.
Mm-hmm.
There's a phrase, RHIP, rank hath its privileges, and prejudice is unfortunately one of them.
I'll do what I can.
All right. After you.
Mm-hmm. I'll just take this chip with me.
So you walk out. He doesn't follow you. Not immediately. So, as the three of you walk into the room, you see that this is a smaller dining area. It doesn't look, I mean, it looks nice, but it doesn't look overtly elegant. And there is a table with exactly the number of seats for the three of them and the four of you.
And we see just Athgar, or is Tremane?
No, Athgar's walking around the table, fussing with settings. He looks nervous.
That fork's crooked.
I know.
Athgar, breathe. I was teasing. It looks lovely.
And I've been warned to be on my best behavior by pretty much everyone. So there's that.
Well, this is happening before you come in. This is happening while you and Aerolacus are talking.
I see.
I walk over.
Just keep taking deep breaths. Everything's gonna be okay.
You say that, but I'm not.
We will all survive this.
I walk over and hand him the bottles of wine. You deal with these.
Brushes it off and goes,
I cleaned them before you.
oh my God. Where in the world did you find 97s?
The blue spider.
That rascal.
You take care of these. I'll check the table.
Right? He walks over to a sideboard and begins to, get the bottles ready to open and
Decant the bottles.
whatever.
Give the table a once over. Make sure it all looks fine.
Yeah, it looks great.
But I just didn't wanted to distract him.
And you see him working, and the three of you in the room make a perception check.
$27.
19.
Okay. You hear familiar footsteps coming toward the room, so you know Gwenlaryn's on her way in, and you see Athgar working on the wine, and then you see him just kind of stop and
What's the matter?
What?
before Father gets in here, I'm sorry.
For what's already occurred or what's about to?
Oh, dear gods.
Do you think he will really in front of all of us?
No, seriously, I'm just asking, which, Is there more to come?
No, I just was informed about the chat you had.
Ah.
And I'm sorry.
Thank you. If they are getting more and more pushy about your so-called destiny, remember that there are lots of ways around those things. You don't have to be anyone's pawn.
I wish that were as true as you make it out to be. But there are issues that must be dealt with. And I'm not in a position of power in those negotiations.
We should talk later.
If I'm still allowed in the city.
See, here's the funny thing. You can't banish your pawn and then use it.
He's much more likely to banish Gwenlaryn than you,
Exactly.
which he kind of did, in a way.
Keeps trying. But like a bad penny.
But in a way that benefited him, so at least that holds true.
That's so my father.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner will be lovely. Everyone will behave. And it will be okay. I'm an expert at these things.
Well, good. We need one, and no one else here is. At least not from my end. From your end of what? The table. Huh. You see the doors on the other end of the room open, and in strides Lord Tremane, looking about as casual as you've ever seen him. He's just breeches, a long sleeve shirt, and a vest, and boots. No visible weapons.
And Aralakis.
Aralakis is dressed in the same grungy robes he always wears.
No, I'm just saying him and they both come in at the same time.
Oh, no. Aralakis came in from the same direction that Gwenlaryn did. Tremane came in through another set of doors on the other end of the room.
Just slower than her. Because she came in, he lagged behind. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
I say to Arabelle, I put on a dress for this.
You look lovely.
You do.
And I curtsy to Lord Tremane when he comes in.
I give an elaborate curtsy.
Zorith, make just a straight intel, or make an Arcana check. That's even better.
Please stop.
21.
I'm sure.
It just clicks in your head. Aralakis remained behind because he was using a sending spell to tell Athgar about the conversation that he and Gwenlaryn had, and that's why Athgar stopped. He was listening to it, and then when the spell was done, then he probably left wherever they were and came into the room.
Okay.
You've seen enough sending spells, you've been part of enough sending spells to know kind of the body language that tends to happen when someone receives a message.
Got it.
So,
Got it.
Hey, Lord Tremane, it's lovely to see you.
And you, please sit. We're not on ceremony this evening.
I sit down.
Okay.
I sit as well.
I sit next to Gwenlaryn.
Okay. Well, he sits, Athgar sits to his right, Aralakis sits to his left.
I sit next to Athgar.
Okay.
That's where Athgar told me to sit earlier.
Right.
Then I will sit next to her so that. Well, I'll sit next. Oh, well, I don't know. Wherever I end up, I end up.
Well, choose.
Tasha should sit next to Aralakis. And then that leaves Gwenlaryn at least a seat in between them.
Yeah.
And then
So
I'll sit
that
next
leaves
to.
that leaves you and Gwenlaryn on the end.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So he looks around as everybody sits down, and then Athgar gets up and he kind of quirks an eyebrow, and Athgar says, Arabelle found some 97 and brought it for dinner. And you see Tremane's eyebrow go up, and he says, where in the world did you find 97? I was led to believe there were no more bottles.
Oh, I think that maybe Fullbar has been hiding some away.
I can believe that. Well, I suppose that's good to know in case I get a hankering. It's nice to know they're not all gone. This was an exceptional vintage.
Glad that we were able to bring some to celebrate this evening together.
I truly appreciate the gift. At this point, a couple servants come in and start putting plates of food in front of everybody. And it's, it's some sort of meat, potatoes, asparagus, a little bit of fruit as garnish, bread. Well, don't stand on ceremony, but dig in.
I eat.
Okay. So while the dinner's going on, he just kind of chats. At one point, he looks at you, Tasha, and says, "The song was very interesting, and if I may say, a masterstroke."
Thank you. I was inspired.
Well, if there's anything I've found that will get people thinking a certain way about an unknown, music serves that purpose. This was ingenious. And I have seen the messages from the Far Signal network. Bonethane is spreading it across the land.
Good.
And Athgar informs me that the Church of Dressfiend is doing so as well.
Yes.
It should be in every inn and tavern in very short order. And since this festival?
Yes.
Festival is still 4 weeks out, plenty of time for people to hear the song and begin to process. And even if they don't believe, it will stir their hopes.
That's the idea.
And if there's one thing more powerful than fear, it's having a hope substantiated.
Indeed.
So I'm hoping that there will be some, let us say, special visitors at these festivals.
That's the rumor.
Ingenious.
What I do need to do is we should make sure that there's going to be more than 2 of these festivals. There should be in every...
No, there's 5.
I'm sorry?
We're planning 5.
5? Okay.
I mean, 5 major ones.
Yeah.
For each of the colors. And then whatever other places do
Smaller
is smaller towns is their own, unfortunately, but
Right. But I mean, yeah, if there's 5, that should be enough to spread the word, I would think.
Would it be possible, even for the smaller communities, if not a demonstration, perhaps just a sighting?
A flyby?
Perhaps.
Right, because
Well,
there's a lot of dragons.
I
Yeah.
know, but
Well, I mean, we need to talk to, the,
Yes, that's one of the things that I was hoping to clear up here this evening.
Yes. Mm.
I would like to hear the story as you tell it,
Oh,
as you all tell it. And I am curious as to how many we can expect to aid us against the chromatics and the orcs.
well, how many dragons did we figure out there were? Like 250?
Oh, more than that. There were like There were over 100 of each color.
Oh,
So
all right.
probably somewhere between 600 and 700 total.
Okay, so there are probably between 600 and 700 total dragons, sir.
He just kind of stops for a second.
And I can't speak for all of them, but I do know that the heads of each clan, so to speak, one for each color, are very upset with the way they have been stifled and treated by the chromatics. And they need to do something about it.
Good.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'd say they have every right.
I'd say so too. And they're very happy to be free, and they consider the four of us to be dragonkin, which is akin to being considered part of their clan.
Oh.
Yes.
Sure, once they meet Athgar, and we can explain the part he played in us finding them.
Yeah.
That as well.
He did help us.
You see him just kind of. Then Tremane says, I am aware that Athgar assisted, and I am happy that he was part of it. And you see him kind of like at his father. Yes, Athgar, I am pleased.
So, let's see. I explain how we discovered that there might be dragons. I tell him about how we were able to learn that there was someone in the main town that
Erma.
in Erma, thank you. In Erma that had been part of the Sasaran, and we had determined, well, we hoped that if we found the Sasaran, that they would be able to point us in the right direction towards whether or not there were good dragons.
And boy, did they. They
And
pointed as well.
why the Sasaran?
Because the head of the Sasaran is the oldest living elven person that we've ever encountered, and we thought that if anyone would remember good dragons, it would be someone who had lived through the shattering.
Wise, very wise. So it bore fruit.
Oh, indeed, it did bore fruit. She remembered that she had been friends with the good dragons, and then she helped us find them, and
it was great.
And we fought many things to free the dragons. And were it not for all four of us and the head of the Sasaran, and as it would turn out, the god of chaos in disguise, who decided that he should tag along and not tell us that he was a god until, well, after. And he thought we were entertaining. So if it wasn't for that help, we would not have been able to free all of the dragons. But we did.
Aerolacus leans forward. You saved the dragons with Costas.
Yes. He helped.
What does Costas look like?
Well,
I bet he looks like many things.
he looks like whatever he wants to, but he decided to inhabit a gnome. Very unassuming. And while I didn't
that makes
trust
sense.
him, he did prove useful. So we were able to free them, and because of that, they are very thankful and consider us part of their clans
And willing to help.
and are more than willing to help, and would like to just kind of go back to how things were for them, where they had their lairs and they helped good people on occasion. So they're in the process of cleaning out their old lairs.
Oh, so you've been in contact with them since they were freed?
We certainly have.
A couple times. I think they like to keep tabs on us, so if they need to, they just send someone over.
I see. Do you know, are there any re-inhabiting lairs in this region?
Yes.
Really?
In
Well,
your area, you have a dragon who is definitely concerned about the health of the surrounding areas.
They
So that's good.
seem to have kind of areas or territories. So
And his is the desert.
it's known as she's known as the Sentinel of the Sands, the leader of the brass dragons.
Was it a girl? Was it a...
It's a girl.
Oh, I thought it was a guy.
The female. Nope.
Have you heard that term, Lord Tremane?
Oh my goodness, yes, but not since I was a child. My great-grandfather used to sing a song about the Sentinel of the Sands.
Ooh, I would love to hear that song.
I'll look in the archives and see if there's still a copy somewhere.
That would be amazing. I bet she would love that.
And if you could add it to your set when you sing the songs.
Ooh, I bet there's more than one song. I bet there are songs about many of the dragons that people have just kind of forgotten. And that would be interesting to find. Well,
Aerolacus, can
add
you-
that to the list.
Yes, I will contact the various librarians at Azanor and ask them to look too.
Ooh, thank you so much.
You might want to talk to whoever's in charge of the Dressfiend Temple.
I will.
and see if they have anything in their archives. I would guess their archives are probably going to be better than ours, or better than the Azenor's, because, well, it's music.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that just hadn't occurred to me. Oh, did we tell you that the spell that the chromatics did to put all of the metallic dragons in stasis is what caused the shattering?
You see Tremane and Aerolacus get, what? You could have led with that.
Sorry. There's so much. We've been through a
By
lot.
the gods.
There's too much. Let me sum up.
That
I mean, we did have to fight orcs.
Really?
Oh yeah. That was more than...
So they've made it inland?
Well, we were on a ship at the time, because that was when we were looking for the Sasaran still.
Oh.
I mean, it's been a lot of stuff.
Yes, I've received intelligence that they were responsible for Belinamard.
Yes. Indeed.
We were
I
at
have-
Dark Coast Keep when the refugees arrived from Gwenlaryn. Or we were close. We got there. It was horrific.
I know that they are about as far from here as it's possible to get in known Aecathan, but I have let it be known that if we can assist them, we will. They are clansmen, distanced, both in geography and history. But some of the same clans do exist there as exist here, and we would aid them if we can.
Sure, they appreciate that.
Last I heard from Azenor, they're still trying to suss out exactly what happened and how to keep it from happening so they can at least get the refugees back, start rebuilding. But yeah, there was some interruption, and now they're back to it. Very well. Huh.
Zori, were you trying to add something?
Nope.
So yes, that is what caused the shattering. And that is why most people did not remember that there were good dragons, because it was basically wiped from our memories.
We should tell you that we also, on our way here, stopped in Tremane Keep and were paid a visit from our old foe, the Jagravan priest that was here. She tried once again to kill us.
She really doesn't like us.
She
The
doesn't
feeling-
seem very good at her job.
We almost had her, but she had a contingency spell.
She's quite good at her job.
It's you cast it ahead of time and set a condition, and if the condition happens, then the spells you cast ahead of time take effect immediately.
She teleported away. We almost had her down.
That doesn't seem very sporting.
No.
And I hate to talk about it, it's kind of embarrassing, but the Lord or Mayor of Strathman's
And
end really wants me back.
you are from Strofsman's End?
Yes,
I was not aware of this.
I escaped when I was a teenager.
Oh, I see.
And by proxy, we're all wanted.
Well, That community is a blight.
Indeed.
It's on our list.
Oh, well, then it won't be a blight for long. Good. It interferes with shipping along the northern route. Anyone who ships in that area would very much like Strafsman's end to be ended.
Good to know. First, we bring back the dragons and deal with, the chromatics.
The orcs and the Twilnu.
And then we'll deal with that. Oh, yes, the Thwilnu.
I'm not familiar with that word. Aerolacus? Nope. That's new to me.
The Thwilnu are basically a breed of, a race. A mutated race? The elves that ended up being mutated so that they were wanting the same thing that the chromatic dragons wanted, which is like world domination. And they kind of worked together with the orcs and the
They primarily inhabit the
Thoth Taxun.
Underground.
underground.
Oh, and the underground, yeah.
Yeah. And
They-
they have created nightmares, the
Creature.
likes of which most of us have never seen.
Oh, good. A third enemy. Because 2 wasn't enough.
Indeed.
Hush.
And that's what happened to
That's what we've been dealing with.
the elven homeland.
So, the history tells that it was the dragons. You are saying it was the dragons and these creatures.
Well, no.
The Thwilnu. Yes, that is what I am saying.
And the orcs.
Of course.
And that's why when we first got here, we were worried that the orcs and the dragons were working with the Jagravanans because we thought that those 3 were particularly a bad triad, but
Indeed.
This is
There's
actually
more.
worse.
surprise!
But while they may not be working exactly together, we did learn that the spell that caused the shattering was influenced by one of the evil gods.
The god of murder.
And he survived. And
He's
it's now, it's Zuthos, right, Jeff? Is that right?
Yes.
And so, while the Jagravanans and dragons may not be working together, there is a tie there between them because Zuthos was responsible for all of it.
or he at least influenced it.
To make sure that the shattering impacted the good peoples of the land. And many more of them were killed than the evil ones.
You say these Thwilnu are mutated. Do we know what they look like?
Elves just white, right?
And eyeless.
Oh, and eyeless.
Yeah.
I thought that was just their horrors that
No, all of them.
so basically night cave dwelling type. If you've seen any of the cave dwelling animals that have adapted themselves to low light, I would imagine that's what these look like.
Get up and refill wine glasses. Everybody needs it, I think.
Not happy tidings, but on the whole, it balances. New allies to go along with new enemies. So we find ourselves approximately where we were in terms of the balance of power.
But we have hope now, and we didn't before.
Well, dragons are mighty, and I can't imagine that a race of sightless elves would be much of a threat. Not if the fight was head on.
Don't underestimate them. They have spent these 100 so years, I'm sure, building a horrible army for themselves.
Perverse
And they are very
exist.
their magic is relatively strong.
Oh. Wait a minute. Is this that new Noctomancy?
Yes.
Mm,
Well, I mean, actually, the Noctomancy.
I mean,
the,
would we know that he had heard it from us? I mean, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
He didn't hear it from you.
The dragons can actually do Noctomancy as well. So that does balance some.
Talking to one of my colleagues at Azenor mentioned that there was new magics being, old magics being rediscovered and translated. And there was some speculation as to what use this particular new school of magic was. But maybe this is what was developed to deal with these Thwilnu.
Maybe.
We'll see.
You know, I'm guessing that there's probably magicians amongst the dragon kind. If there is any opportunity for a lowly master sorcerer to maybe speak with one of them, I would really like to do that.
We'll put in a good word for you.
I mean, you've met them, so you know that that's possible.
Because Erlacus was there when the gold dragon came to. Right.
Yeah.
We've been in the big room in the keep. That's where the big ceremony was, right?
Yes,
Is it like the others, very, very large?
it is.
And you have a room big enough for one. We've since learned that most of the throne rooms in the major cities, the reason they're so big is so that dragons could be in them.
And
Really?
discuss relations between the cities and
I just assumed it was the ego of my forefathers.
Oh, it was so.
There were alliances between the humans and the elves and the dragons. The good dragons.
I'm sure the Sentinel of the Sands herself was in your throne room at one time. I'm sure she will be again.
Well, if you have opportunity to speak with her again, please let her know I would welcome her at her convenience.
We will let her know.
We should meet.
We'll let her know.
Well, so what's the encore? What do you do now? You've brought powerful allies back to the world. How do you follow that up?
we're going to show our thanks to the Sasaran and give them, since they aren't really up on the news of the world, we're going to explain to them about the the festival, and don't be surprised if there's dragons around the world from now. And so we're gonna go kind of give them the heads up version from ourselves.
Appropriate, considering their part in all of this.
Indeed.
And after the festival, hopefully people will feel not threatened when the metallic dragons come, and I suppose we're preparing for war.
Yes.
Yeah, long story short.
And then
Well-
once that's done, we have the Jagervanans and Strofsmans to deal with.
Well, there is likely to be little joy in the coming months or even years, but I may be able to provide something to look forward to.
Oh? What's that?
If things work out as they have begun.
I just cross my fingers under the table and hope that he doesn't say what I think he's gonna say.
Athgar's wedding.
We will be announcing an engagement within a few months.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
And I just put my head down, and when I look back up, I've got tears.
And Athgar just is looking at his father like it's almost unreadable. You're really not sure what's going on in his head.
You found love again, Lord Tremane?
No.
Gwenlaryn, there's no way she can keep a straight face through that.
I have on my best poker face.
Oh,
There will
I just
never
cough a lot.
there will never be anyone else for me but the Lady Tremane.
I can understand that.
But my son has proven himself quite capable. And in order to ensure the succession of the line of Tremane, I believe a wedding is in the not too distant future.
I back my chair out, knock it over, and run out of the room.
And
I've
you,
tried so hard.
you see him looking really like, is she unwell?
She objects to you using your son as a pawn in your political game.
Oh, Jesus God.
Did I say that out loud?
I think what everyone was trying.
I
maybe not
kick
as
you under
politely
the
to
table.
say is that we're very fond of Athgar, and we, as
Really
you
hard.
wish
I
the best
tried.
for him. And Zori's just worried that perhaps he won't get a say in his future.
You are talking to Lord Tremane, but Lord Tremane is not paying any attention to you. He is glaring at
Yeah,
Gwenlaryn.
I squeeze Athgar on the arm.
You have nothing to say about any of this. Were it in my purview, I would forbid you and Athgar from ever speaking to each other again, let alone engaging in whatever tawdry behavior you were engaging in at the Ivory's Wrath.
You really shouldn't listen to idle gossip. It's beneath you, Lord Tremane.
When nobles of this court tell me what they saw with their own eyes, it goes beyond gossip. It
Clearly
goes
not.
to political sabotage.
Did you
Please.
even ask your son? Oh, I'm not there.
If you had any faith in your son or me, you would know that wasn't the case. It sounds like you put more faith in your nobles than you do in your ambassador or your
I-
own son.
I absolutely do.
then that's your mistake.
Not of my son, but definitely of my envoy.
Again, your mistake. Because there was nothing for them to be gossiping about.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage to try and get his attention again.
Thankfully, she's got good in that.
Disadvantages.
Oh, thank God. 22.
You see him just... Yes, Tasha.
As a bard, it is actually one of my jobs as a paladin of Dressbean to help people tell the truth. I have a truth spell, and I would be happy to cast it on Gwenlaryn, and then you would know for sure that nothing happened.
Or he could trust any one of the people remaining in this room.
I saw it.
And I understand that you have a hard time trusting sometimes. So I'm offering this service to you so that you understand that Gwenlaryn did nothing that couldn't have been done by the most casual person. It was merely a conversation between two people. But because people like to gossip, and because people were a little in their cups, they may have seen something that wasn't there.
It's not the first time that they've brought such gossip to you. I'm really surprised that you'd listen to it.
And you see that laser focused back to Gwenlaryn.
I almost worked.
Gossip is beneath me. Reports from my nobles are not gossip.
And perhaps you should try to get reports from nobles who weren't drunk at the time.
Oh, I see. So your response is to insult your betters again.
I'm simply saying that their perception may have been impaired.
You can also do the cone of truth to Athgar too.
Yeah, I would be happy to
Lord,
do that spell for both of those people.
Lord Tremane, if I may. I saw.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage is 9 plus 9, 18.
Yes, Lady Arabelle.
Unfortunately, this was all a little bit of a joke that got out of hand. Gwenlaryn and Athgar were simply having a conversation in the only quiet place, which was at the top of the stairs. And so, obviously, people read into the fact that they were near the sleeping chambers, but they were just talking. I saw the whole thing. I assure you, nothing untoward happened. Athgar is not the type to have rendezvous in open hallways. In public places.
Like, out of character, this tells me 100% he should not be dicking with his child's future, because his child's future, he can't even trust his child.
Right?
And, yep. Ugh, I'm glad I'm not in the room.
So am I. I'm having a hard enough time with one of you.
You see him He holds your gaze for a good long while. I know you of noble lineage, lady. Do you swear it upon your honor?
I do.
Then I have no choice but to believe you.
I would not lie to you ever, Lord Tremane.
And he looks at Athgar, who's been just staring at his plate this entire time. He finally looks up. We'll consider this discussion concluded then.
And with that, we bid you a lovely evening. Thank you so much for this lovely dinner. And now, we really should get going because we have to leave early tomorrow.
I stand, give a low curtsy, and walk out.
I give a bit of a curtsy. And I say, I'm going to go gather Zorith. She's quite upset. And I go look for Zorith.
Athgar kind of looks at you, and as you rise, he rises. And he just kind of like turns to you and mouths.
Thank you for dinner, Lord Tremane. I hope you enjoy the remainder of the wine. I squeeze Athgar's arm and kiss him on the cheek. We'll be in touch.
And Athgar says, I'm going to see them out. Is that all right? Of course. As the two of you walk out, Arabelle, make a perception check. Just a straight perception check.
22.
After you've left the room, just at the edge of your hearing, you hear Herolakis go, well, you really bungled that one.
We get in the hall, ask Athgar, do you know who he's trying to form an alliance with?
I assume it's someone from the keep. It's our closest strategic ally.
From Tremane.
But no, I don't know. I have no idea. And that's all the worse.
You don't think if... Did you throw him off? I mean, if...
You have to understand.
I know he's all about strategy. If there was...
If I were to find someone that I truly felt that way about, there's no possibility that I could, because there is no place in this entire city where my behavior or my activities will escape his eye. I would have to meet someone from somewhere else. I would have to be somewhere else, and I'm not allowed to be anywhere else.
What about, like, just a sham to buy time?
It feels... That feels wrong. That
What is
feels
I know.
dishonorable.
I know.
It's not something I would choose.
Marrying someone you've never is.
If I could perform the role well enough, I would seek out another gentleman. That
Ooh.
would certainly throw Father.
It
It might
certainly
kill him.
would.
Well, that's not quite what I had in mind, but
Well,
What did you have in mind?
you're not there.
Darn it.
Am I in the hall with you all as this is being discussed?
You guys all took off.
it depends how far out you went. Like, did you just storm out of the entire keep, or did you just... Okay, then you're not there because they're still in the keep.
Yeah, I went looking for Zori.
Right.
I don't know where Zori is.
I just said when we got to the hall and the door was closed.
Well,
So
where did Zorth go? Did she go completely out, or did she find a room?
How well do we know this place?
You've been in it 3 times in this part of it.
Yeah, I'm probably lost somewhere. I just rolled a 5.
Okay. All right.
So I might have like run around a little bit. I was crying. Who knows? I probably found a room and stayed in the room.
I listened for sniffling.
Okay. All right. So you're looking for Zorth. All right, Erebel.
Oh, well, I mean, I know a number of eligible noble women. I could introduce you.
Here.
No, in Erma. That would be a strategic alliance.
Yes. But I would have to be allowed to go to Erma.
Or we could bring them here for the festival.
Ah.
Or you could pretend to court me, but I don't think you'd buy that.
I don't know that I could do that.
That's kind of insulting.
You're like a sister.
I'm probably the only appropriate person outside, though, that he might be willing to give you time. But if I think of anybody, I can bring them here.
I've outside of game question. When he says you could find another man, did he say another man that he would like to be with? Or another man to take his place in the role of acting person?
No, another. In other words, that he would pursue a same-sex relationship with someone
To throw off his dad.
to throw off his dad.
Oh,
But he
to throw
said-
off his dad, not to
Yes.
actually fulfill his needs. Okay.
No,
just making sure.
no. And that's why
Well,
he
I-
said he wasn't sure he could actually act the role
Or
because
if he
his
could, then he would do
proclivities
that
don't lie in that direction.
on spite. Got it.
Right.
No, I was unsure about that.
Well,
We'll see what we can come up with.
I appreciate that. It's not the most pleasant of lives to walk around feeling like you're already trapped. Well, I think I'm going to go whisk the rest of that 97 away and take it home. I doubt there will be any left in the morning.
We'll see you soon.
Travel safely. And
I'll keep an eye on Gwenlaryn.
thank you. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Tasha, make a survival check. You're trying
Why?
to track Zori.
Oh, okay. 22.
Yeah. You just kind of wander around listening for the sniffling, and you eventually hear it.
Sorry. Sorry, it's me.
Oh, I get up and I come to the door and I'm like, are they done?
Yes, everyone's done. Can we go home now?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
All right. Gwenlaryn, when you got outside the keep, what did you do?
I'm waiting for Tasha.
Okay. All right. So what are you doing?
Kicking rocks.
Okay.
Oh,
You
jeez.
you see one of the guards on the outside of the door. Neither of them are Lion Clan, but one of them kind of takes a couple steps towards you and says, you all right?
Why are you looking for a fight?
No, I was trying to see if you needed something. You just look really unhappy.
I need a rock to kick.
Well, there's lots of them. Does that help?
Not really.
Sorry. I take
Thanks.
it whatever was going on in there didn't go well.
I guess it probably depends on who you ask. I didn't think so.
Oh, well, I was kind of asking you, so yeah. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, if you need anything, and just
I
kind of
appreciate
shuffles back. And you see Tasha and Zorith come out.
And I go up to Tasha and say, I realize that you were trying to help. However, by offering to cast a truth spell on me, it calls my honor and my word into question in front of the Lord of my clan.
Oh, well, that was not my intention.
I know that was not your intention, but considering my honor is really one of the only things I have left.
I know.
So this has been very hard, and I'm really at wit's end with someone suggesting that I'm not doing my job, that I'm not doing what I've been tasked with doing for my clan, or that I lack an honor.
What are you talking about? I wasn't
know-
there for that.
I know. And I know, as I said, I know that you meant well. I'm just really over Lord Tremane, and it's one thing for him to suggest that I may have been involved in some silly gossip. It's another entirely for him to suggest that I haven't done my job, served my clan, or that I'm without honor.
When did that happen? Because I was not there for that.
Some of it. He said that he wouldn't take my word for what had occurred.
No, because he doesn't like you. Because the two
Right.
of you tweak each other all the time.
But it's one thing to imply. It's one thing to not like someone. I care not whether or not Lord Tremane likes me.
Yeah, I know.
But to impugn my honor is an entirely different matter, and he knows that. Because that's what our clan is all about.
He does know that, but it's all he has to throw at you. He
Well, it was enough.
he can't kill you.
I'm sure he would if he tried.
No, but he can't. He Your reputation is actually growing because you're part of our group now. So
Yes, apparently that's the only reason I have a reputation at all.
So all he can possibly do is take a swipe at your honor. None of it's true, and none of it will hold any water.
Well, perhaps next time, don't offer to support my word by.
I was
Asking the truth.
I was attempting to show that he was bluffing. Because if he knows that I can prove that you're telling the truth, then he has no way to say anything about you not telling the truth. That was my attempt.
I know that was your intent, but the implication supported him rather than me.
I'm sorry. I'm still new at all of this clan stuff. I was raised
understand.
by wolves.
Well, that is some defense. Still,
Pack, not clan. Pack, not clan.
Yeah.
Still, though,
and I was not even really part of the pack.
This has been a very difficult evening, and I'm going to bid you adieu and get some air.
All right.
And
Arabelle, you walk out right about this point.
That went, well, about as badly as I thought it was going to.
You're muted.
Aralakis was yelling at him as we left, if that makes anyone feel better.
Not really.
No.
I mean, I recognize that Tremane is starting to grow, but he's awfully stunted.
He's an ass.
And while he's starting to think of his son with something resembling pride, now he just wants to marry him off. That's, I mean, I know nobles are weird, but wow. I've never felt so sympathetic for Athgar as I did this evening.
I asked him if he wanted to fake court me, but he said no.
That was a lovely offer.
So instead, I'm going to try and find him a girl.
If anybody can do it, I would bet on you.
That he would like, that would meet his father's approval. At least maybe he'd get a say.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Remind me next time
Wow.
to Paramount to thank my parents for not being like that.
Oh, yes. Most definitely. You are a lucky person.
I married a traveling
I
merchant.
wonder if Gwenlaryn has parents. What must they be like?
I'm sure Gwenlaryn has parents. I don't think she appeared fully grown, but
I mean, I never met my father. And
we
my
will have to
mother-
ask Athgar what Gwenlaryn was like as a child, though.
Ooh, there's a thought. I bet that will make Athgar laugh.
I bet they got into all sorts of trouble.
I'm sure they did. She's very upset.
I would imagine. That was not good.
Nope. The two of them should never speak to each other. It would be a better world.
We're leaving tomorrow. Maybe some space will help her.
Maybe.
But this is her home.
It is.
Can't treat her like that.
He can.
Well,
He shouldn't. But he can.
we can do something about that too.
Gosh, I hope so. But I can't think of what right now.
Well, maybe when she comes riding in on the Sentinel of the Sands or something, that'd be kind of cool.
Ooh. Man.
That's quite the. He might need to be reminded that she's his envoy and she has dragon friends that could eat him. Just saying. I mean, not that they would, but they like her more than him.
Well, I mean, of course.
Out of character, honestly, if she told them that he had impugned Gwenlaryn's honor, they might be willing to just, chomp him.
Right.
And, I think she'd be okay with that.
And then Athgar be in charge and can marry whoever he wants.
Ooh. Well.
But we won't plan the, murder of the Lord of Thunder's
Nope.
Edge tonight or publicly.
Especially not standing right out in front of his keep.
Exactly.
That's what I said, out of character.
Oh, mine was in character though. No.
Let's
but-
go home.
Maybe seeing her respected by his betters will help him treat her with more respect.
And that is something to consider. That might get through his thick skull, but who knows? I really don't understand nobles.
Well, this is a little trickier though, because it's the nobility plus the clan mentality, and that part I don't necessarily fully understand.
I don't understand either of those things really. I'm trying, but it's very
Just try to be there.
it's puzzling.
Gwenlaryn is her friend, and we'll just try to be there for whatever she needs.
Indeed. So, if we have to meet with Tremane again, I think we should, the four of us, come up with a plan, as in a strategy, and work that through before we go.
Well, I think maybe if we can arrange it the next time we see him should be with, how do you say?
Gago?
Gago. And
Yes.
and maybe Gago would be willing to let Tremane know that she's only meeting with him because Gwenlaryn asked her to.
Oh, that's great. That would be
But
good.
let's clear that with Gwenlaryn.
Okay, good plan.
Whatever she wants. Because she definitely knows him. I mean, she doesn't like him, but she knows him better than us. We don't want to offend him either, though, because it's a very delicate balance of.
I'm much better at stabby stabby sing a song.
I know.
And as you turn your back on the keep and head home, that's a perfect place for us to take a break. So we'll be back in 15. Don't go anywhere. We have a trip to see the Sasaran coming up. And welcome back. So, I assume everybody's heading back to the house except maybe Gwenlaryn. Gwenlaryn, what are you doing? You said you needed some air. What are you doing?
He's gonna go get in a bar fight.
Kicking stuff. I'm not going to start a fight, but if one happens to present itself, I probably wouldn't be opposed. I'm just saying. But it'll probably take me about a half hour to walk off my mad. So it all depends on if I run into something interesting in that half hour.
All right.
Hey, Zori, can you summon anything?
Like what?
Like elementals or something? Like we've seen people do that. Did you do that or was that somebody else?
There's a book in the hole about golems.
But you don't have like
I
a
didn't-
spell like you can create like stuff.
That was some of the wizards on the Sea Devil.
And maybe it was vines, maybe. Did he do it when he was fighting with us?
Yes.
Some,
Yes,
that's
he
what I
did.
think. But you can't do anything like that.
No, there's the book of golems. That's the only thing I know.
Tasha, can you?
You're muted.
Can you
What?
summon stuff?
Do you have a spell that lets you summon creatures? I got nothing.
I don't know.
Does your loot? Let's look.
The loot, I do not believe has summoning spells.
Nope. Animal friendship, fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from energy, protection from evil and good, and protection from poison.
Nope, no summoning.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's all right.
I mean, like, I can summon an ice storm.
But you can't fight an ice storm.
Oh. No. Just. No.
Okay.
All right. Gwenlaryn, make a perception check at disadvantage because you're mad.
Oh, this is my lot in life. All right. Perception. That will be a 16.
All right. As you are walking around, you keep having the same thing happen. You hear, like, you hear something kind of raucous going on, and your ears kind of perk up. But by the time you get there, there's nobody there. And after about the third time that happens, you see in the shadows a fellow Lions clansman herding someone away from your path.
Hello. What are you doing?
They're already gone. You just caught the.
Can I catch up with them? If I sprint,
Sure.
I sprint.
Okay.
And I Do I catch up with them?
Yeah.
And I say, what are you doing?
Ah! Patrolling.
Since when does patrolling involve removing people from a space?
Oh, it was being disruptive. So we were taking him home.
On whose orders are you patrolling this area?
Athgar's.
And what did he tell you?
That you were upset and probably looking for a fight, and that we should make sure that you didn't find one. Because he didn't want you to get in any more trouble. He didn't say what the first trouble was, but he said he didn't want you to get any more trouble.
Thank you for your candor. I turn around and go to Athgar's.
Oh, shit.
You couldn't have seen that one coming?
Nope. Okay. Well, it only takes you a few minutes because you're moving pretty fast. Anger makes for great walking. You get to Athgar's house.
Bang, bang, bang.
You hear...
Bang, 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 bang. Athgar, move your ass.
Oh, gods. Oh, okay. And he opens the door. He's still got his pants on,
Well, thank God.
and he's still wearing a shirt, but it's open. And he's not wearing anything on his feet, and he's holding a vaguely familiar-looking wine bottle in his hand. And you can see there's only about that much left in it.
Oh no.
And he's like, "What? I'm drinking."
So you deny me the fun of kicking somebody's ass and then you go off and drink by yourself?
Yeah.
I grab the bottle.
Hey.
I drink the bottle.
Oh, jeez. I wasn't
is
unconscious
good.
yet.
So your dad's a dick, and...
Come in and close the door.
Oh,
please.
right. Okay, so I go in.
Okay.
So what are we going to do with him? I mean, clearly, he's out of control.
No, that's the problem. He's completely in control. What are we going to do about it? We are not going to do anything about it. I'm going to put up with it, and you're going to leave town.
So what if you didn't put up with it? What if you ran off with somebody? What could he do?
You gotta have somebody to run off with. And
This is true.
they don't seem to be in big supply, because everybody here knows who I am.
You could run off with anyone. You don't have to stay with them. Just run
I'm
off.
not gonna do that. I already told. Didn't you talk to Arabelle? I already told her I don't feel comfortable doing that.
No, I didn't talk with Arabelle. I was too mad. I've been kicking rocks and looking for a person to kick, but
She
no one
actually
seemed to oblige.
asked me if I wanted to court her.
So do so. You know, I mean,
She's like my sister.
I didn't say
I'm
you
not
had to
courting her.
stay with her.
No, I'm not even pretending that's sicky.
Okay.
Charisma, I just want to point out, not icky.
She's very lovely.
Yes, but she's like my sister. You're all like my sisters.
Right, but you don't have to This doesn't have to be a lifelong commitment. Just get out from under your dad's thumb. And then do whatever the hell you want.
But I gotta like the person. Like the person.
No, you
Yeah,
suck.
I do.
Do you have a wine?
I do. Not that good. But yeah, I got more.
It honestly doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just get another bottle.
Hold on. He goes in the kitchen. You hear a couple things break.
Oh no.
And he comes back with another bottle. Here, wait. Oh yeah, not as good. Here.
I drink. So, if we just, can't we find some pretty lass for you to just... You don't have to marry her. You could just run off together so that nobody else would marry you.
And then what happens to her when I turn around and say, "Oh, by the way, I was just kidding. Bye." I'm not that guy.
You'll find somebody else.
I'm not that guy. I don't do that.
All right, so what do we have to do to get you, what's the word?
If you say laid, I'm kicking you out of my house.
No, that wasn't the word. Like, so that he'd throw you out.
Oh, to say.
Oh, if I wanted to be disowned, I could do that on my own.
So do that.
But I don't want to lose my home. I like it here. I grew up here. This is
Well, you
gonna
only
be.
lose it
This
until
is
your
gonna
dad
be.
bites it.
No, you don't know him. He'd adopt somebody just so he could give the town to them.
What if you truly fell for someone?
That would be great.
So why don't we do this?
But I gotta
Why-
meet people that, are possibilities. And there's nobody in this town that's a possibility because my father would find out. And suddenly she would be going to visit a cousin. Forever.
So what happens if... what if there's like a big scandal to the point where the other nobles don't want you to marry their daughters? Scandal. You wouldn't have to be with somebody.
Again, no, I don't think so. You're really not good at ideas. Not like romantic ideas.
Well, obviously, I don't need this crap. I drink more of the bottle. I'll come up with better ideas after I have more of this.
I kind of want ideas like that. I mean, my mom and my dad really liked each other, and that wasn't arranged, and I want
You
that.
want an arranged marriage?
No, I'm saying I want what they had. I want to meet somebody, and the sparks and the birds and the little cherub things.
Oh God!
and,
Please stop.
What? I'm a bard.
Oh,
We sing about that shit all the time.
this is so depressing. Okay, so what if
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring you down.
skip the scandal?
Oh,
But-
good. I like Skip the Scandal.
Well, most of it anyway. What if you run off with us and you say you're going on an adventure with us and we introduce you to people instead?
I seem to recall saying that I was going to go with you, and you all telling me, no, you have to stay here, Athgar.
That was before your dad started talking weddings.
That,
I mean, obviously, I'd have to check with the other.
that doesn't
other
change
three, but-
that doesn't change the fact that then he'd be really mad at all of you.
Yeah. So it's Tuesday. What else is new? He's always mad at me.
No, it's Sunday. I think.
Whatever.
Hmm.
I drink some more. I think we should just have you go with us, and we'll get you find you a lady. That's what I was getting
you
at.
came so close to getting escorted right out that door.
I didn't say it.
But
said
you were thinking it.
lady.
You were thinking it.
I think that you would be better off if you were a little less repressed.
I'm not repressed. My father's repressed.
So repressed. Mm-hmm.
No. You're getting it confused with that other R word. Romantic.
Oh,
It's not the same thing.
I don't want to hear about your romance. That's just.
I don't have one. That's the problem. I thought we established that.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we either need to drink a lot more or sober up and get you out of this town. Let's do the second one and get you out of here and find you a lady.
No, you said that was a bad idea.
I don't remember why that seemed like a bad idea. I'm pretty sure now it's
only because my father, the Lord Tremane, would send people out to hunt for me. And then he would blame all of you. And I don't want him to blame all of you. He blames you enough already. I don't want him to blame the other three too.
Well, what if you waited a day or two and then went after us? Then he couldn't blame us. We already left. You can just catch up with us. We'll go slow.
That might work.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah. We'll just go not very far up the road and we'll just hang out until you catch up.
No, I won't. No. Because he'll just have our lives do his magic thing and find me.
Do you
Find
have
me
a way
wherever
to-
I go.
Do you have a way to not be found?
I could die. I suppose if you buried me, it'd be hard for him to find me. If he scryed on me, then it would just be dark.
Well, what if you couldn't be scryed on?
I don't know how to do that.
What if we did?
Well, I'd say that would be really interesting. It would be frustrating for. I would feel bad. It would be frustrating for Arlacus. He's a good guy, really.
Would you feel bad enough to want to be in an arranged marriage?
With Arlacus?
Yeah. No! At some point here, you have to take control of your own destiny. Besides, the rest of the clan's not going to be impressed with you if you just sit around like your dad's big old baby.
Have you talked to the clan? Because that's kind of what they expect me to do.
Not really.
I'm the clan leader's son. I'm next in line. And they expect me to just wait around and take over.
No, they want to see that you're your own man. Which is hard to do from that spot
I am
under
my
your
own
dad's
man.
thumb.
Does somebody else own me now?
Mm-hmm, your dad.
No, he doesn't. No,
Really?
That's not legal. That's slavery.
When he gets to decide who you marry against your wishes, dude, that's pretty close.
That's called being the son of the ruler.
It's called being a pawn.
Hey, I am not a shrimp.
I didn't say you were a prawn. I said you were a pawn. Chess.
Oh, right.
It'd be really funny if you were a prawn.
I know, right? Like, and he reaches
This
out
is a
and
good
grabs the
bottle of
bottle.
wine.
He reaches out and grabs the bottle back and takes a big drink. I don't think I could do this with pinchers or whatever they're called.
It'd be so much harder.
Yeah. Probably like snap the neck off the bottle. That'd be bad.
It would. So do we have a plan? You're going to come with us? That's what we decided,
I
right?
thought I said that was a bad. No, because the Aerolacus and the woo, there he is.
No, we don't need to worry about him. As soon as I can walk, I'm going back to the house. I'm going to ask the other three if you can come with us.
No, it doesn't matter. I can't go with you. Because he'll find me and then you will get in trouble again. And then they will get in trouble.
Way better for you to sit here and drink yourself into oblivion.
I'm enjoying it.
No, you're not. It's more fun now that I'm here.
I
And
thought I was.
you can pretend to be a prawn, but before this, you were just miserable and not letting me fight people.
Well, yeah, because you don't need to be in more trouble. You're in a lot of trouble.
He has no sense of humor.
Of course not. He's my father.
So why don't you come back? We'll talk to the others and come up with a plan. Or we can just sit here and keep drinking until one of us passes out.
Why don't we keep drinking on the way back to the forehome?
That's wonderful, because then maybe I can find somebody to fight with on the way back.
No, they still have their orders from me. You won't see anybody.
But you could tell them that you received...
But I'm not gonna tell them that.
I wouldn't get in trouble for fighting. It's just...
How is it gonna look to the outer enclave people if one of the guards from the inner enclave is beating up one of the people who lives outside that wall? It doesn't look good.
That's true.
Thank you.
All right. I won't beat anybody up unless they start something with me.
You won't beat anybody up, period, because you're gonna be holding me up.
Okay.
I'm going to get another bottle and then we'll go.
Okay, you need shoes.
Oh. And I should probably, put on another shirt.
I wouldn't worry about it. Nobody's gonna know. You're not even letting anybody come up to me. I mean, honestly.
I think somebody's gonna see us. That's just a guess.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna go put
Actually,
a shirt on.
You know what? Actually, I don't have to be seen if I don't want to be. It's kind of what I do.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
then it's gonna look really weird if I'm walking down the street at an angle and there's nobody else there.
It's okay. We'll just think you're magical. It's great.
Okay.
I'm going to be invisible. They won't even know I'm there.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go get a shirt.
Okay, I'm going to
and my
be...
boots.
I'm gonna be discreet.
Well, I didn't even think you knew that word.
I heard it one time. Not about myself, but about some other people.
I believe that. I do believe that.
Get some
Okay.
shoes.
And a shirt.
Whatever.
So he's gone. You hear a couple things knocked over and
Bring more wine.
He comes back down with his boots and a decent shirt. It's not tucked in, but you know. And then he goes in the kitchen and comes back with another bottle of wine identical to the one that you have. Okay. Let's go talk to the others.
Okay, let's do it. They'll know the answer, I'm sure.
All right. All right. I need Athgar's sheet here. Okay.
I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Okay. And what are you going to look like?
I am going to make myself appear like a man who's about the same size as Athgar.
Okay.
So a little taller than me. Yeah.
Okay. The first time Athgar looks over, he goes, "Son of a bitch. She gave me this slip. She
No.
promised."
It's me. I'm being I forgot the word.
Sneaky?
No, discreet. That was it. I'm being discreet.
That's what discreet looks like for you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, it's not something that escapes the notice of people in either enclave that the Athgar is stumbling drunkenly down the street with an open wine bottle with another gentleman friend and,
Oh no.
well, just another guy, you know.
Okay.
But eventually you get to the house.
I go in and help Athgar through the door. And I say, "Hello, the house."
Hello, the house.
How long has it been since we got home?
Probably about half hour, 45 minutes.
All right. Well, I haven't fallen asleep yet.
Oh, probably we're waiting for Gwenlaryn, so. Oh, you two are very, very drunk.
Yep.
I hope so.
We drank
Then
a lot of these.
I drank most of the 97. I would have drank all of it, but she took it away from me.
I take the one bottle away from him.
Hey. I wasn't finished with that.
Yes.
I still have mine.
Oh, thanks.
I share. We've been coming up with plans to get Athgar
Well,
out of here.
she's been coming up with plans, and she's terrible at coming up with plans. And she does not understand that romance is important. And
They don't
she just
buy
wants
that
to get
crap.
me laid, but she didn't say it because I'd have kicked her out.
You want to be in love with who you marry right after.
Yeah.
That's-
Like my mom and dad were.
You think you could appeal? I can't talk to you this way. I touch both of them. and harsh their buzz.
That's the
Oh,
meanest thing you've ever done.
What a terrible waste of a good 97.
You should enjoy a good 97, not get
I
slobbered.
was.
It's going to take me hours to get that drunk again.
You guys are making very poor choices.
I made good choices. I was discreet.
I was able to discern that Gwen's plans were bad.
He
I think
put on
that's
a
pretty
shirt
good.
and shoes
I did.
Where did you find Athgar?
at his house.
So you went to Athgar's house without an escort or a chaperone.
We've
Oh.
grown up together. There's no way I need a chaperone to be in the same area as Athgar.
Were you at the same dinner
Well,
we were?
no, there's maybe a saving grace to this. She didn't look. Well, she looked like this when we left, so she might have gone in, but my male friend here and I left.
So she's still in your house overnight?
I suppose.
People may think that she was in your house overnight.
There was nobody
Yes, but
around.
I wasn't there.
That's true.
Okay.
You're not going back.
None of this is a good idea. None of this is a good idea.
He just needs to get out
Okay.
of Thunder's Edge and meet some people.
He needs to not abdicate the throne. That's for sure.
Well, no, I'm not saying he should abdicate the throne.
Yes,
You're
what-
trying to get him to do things to abdicate the throne.
Yes, you, Gwen.
I
know.
meant as an option.
Gwen, I know your heart is in the right place. But there's a very fine line that needs to be walked between independence and abdicating the throne.
Yes.
And me leaving, with or without you, to meet up with you later, is
You
not
can't
on the
leave.
correct side of that line.
You can't leave without your father's permission. Athgar, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
This isn't a new plan of your father's, right? Arranging a marriage for you?
Well, it was spoken of in the abstract a few times growing up, just that, at some point he would find me a wife and, but it wasn't.
Have you ever talked to him about it, that that's not what you want, that you want a marriage like he and your mother had, that you want to fall in love first?
I mean,
Yes, he doesn't trust my luck.
he doesn't trust you at all.
Well, no.
What if
Then how are you gonna run the country?
Well, he'll
What?
be dead at that point, so he won't care, I hope.
What?
That's not true.
What if you agreed to have him introduce you to people, but he let you pick
At the festival.
at the festival?
Oof.
Mm,
Is anybody
mean-
else feeling a Cinderella vibe? Okay.
No, it's Cinderfella.
Ah!
I mean, like I said,
You're
I'll
not gonna be able to.
look through some people I know that you might like, but maybe if you met him, like, I don't agree with him, but you don't get a whole lot of say, unfortunately. But maybe
no,
you can,
I don't.
maybe you can talk to him and get a little more say than what he's giving you, or ask him if he'll let you try and find a wife with the understanding that he'll have to approve.
I can already hear the arguments. I don't think he'll accept that.
Even if we invite the nobility to come to the festival.
He won't accept it because then it puts the onus on me to make the choice, and if I don't make a choice, then his plans are ruined.
What if you set well, no, you shouldn't have to set a time frame for love.
The only thing he really cares about right now, it seems, is losing face. He's not even caring about your entire clan.
Actually, this is all about the clan. It's all about the city. His primary concern is legacy.
Then he should
Right,
get
but
married.
you just said, but you just said he doesn't trust you to make your own decisions. Well, if he trusts you to run the country after he's gone, and he's not going to just leave it in a shambles, I don't know, I'm going to give it to somebody else, who knows? You need to tell him either he respects you to run the clan and he respects your decisions,
Choice.
or he's not respecting you and your decisions, and you are not fit to run the clan.
It's because he's not done training me yet.
Well, then perhaps you shouldn't be wed until you are done being trained.
Oh, that's part of the training.
Oh.
I don't
He'll-
understand.
He will choose me a wife whose skills will complement where mine are lacking. And then as a pair, we will present a unified front to continue to bring Thunder's Edge into a prosperous and successful tomorrow.
What if would he let what if he let you, trying to think how to say this.
I think you
let me introduce you to people that I know that are of nobility. Would he trust that?
Probably not.
apparently, well, I wasn't there.
Well,
He
given what occurred at dinner this evening between the two of you, I think he would be hard-pressed to find a way to say no.
So
Ooh.
could I maybe go to him and tell him I have some friends that I would like to introduce you to? See if he's already found someone, or if
Oh, he has someone in mind. I'm certain of that.
This seems a better alternative than running off with us.
It
So I think
does.
I think you should let her give it a try.
Well, the problem is that it's not just someone who's noble. There must be a strategic advantage for Thunder's Edge in the Union.
She'll know how to do that.
If
well,
he doesn't,
Tremane keep is not going to be strategic because I mean BA hardly cares about the nobility. It's not gonna. I mean, we're
Oh.
good friends with the.
I'm well aware. I've heard him expound at great length on Lord Brawnanvil's shortcomings.
if he
Right.
doesn't trust you to take care of things when he's gone, no amount of training is going to allow him to trust you. None.
Well, the issue is he still considers me too young. I don't have the proper seasoning. He's
can't-
expecting to be around for another 20, 30, 40 years. So he's looking at my succeeding him when I am in my 50s.
So I mean, this is the best option I've come up with. If he'll let me play matchmaker.
You could ask. I don't hold out much hope, but you could ask. I don't know, perhaps I should give some thought to abdicating.
What do you want? What do you actually want? Do you want to take over? Do you want to find love and not rule this town? What? No one's asked you what you want. What do you want?
I've asked him what he wants.
Were you drunk at the time?
Yeah.
What do you
So
want,
was I.
Athgar?
Which is why I made you not drunk.
What are your what ifs? What if you abdicate the throne? Will you be happy? What will you do? What do you want?
Well, I would certainly like to travel.
With us?
That would be wonderful, but simply travel. See something other than Thunder's Edge for more than a few hours.
Okay, besides travel, because I have something to say about that. What else?
He kind of looks at Gwenlaryn like you get the impression that he doesn't want to say in front of her.
I won't make fun of you.
Do you promise?
I promise.
You want to see some of the things that you've read about.
Well, that.
Wants to fall in love.
I want to experience the emotions that Tasha, you and I sing about.
Of course you do.
I want to feel something that strongly and write my own songs about it.
So,
That's the most romantic thing I've ever heard. Well, maybe ever. Pretty close.
aside from that,
It's lovely. It's a lovely notion. And one that you deserve.
do you, okay, lovely. Are you okay if that never is fulfilled? Never. You're never going to have a chance to leave.
You're never going to get a chance to
Find anything on your own, travel the country. Are you okay with that? Because that's what the throne means.
Well, once I have the throne, I can go anywhere I like.
Well, you
No. No, you can't.
Well, certainly.
How often does your father travel?
Father doesn't like to travel.
No. Father doesn't like to leave himself available and open for an attack. There are strategic things to staying in your castle and never leaving.
She's
Yeah.
not wrong.
I feel like your life was much simpler before we came.
No?
Before you arrived, I didn't have a life.
I
Ask-
don't want you to
Ask
I don't
Gwen. Before
I
you
don't want you to
arrived,
abdicate
No.
the throne.
I'm
before
not
you
saying it's a
bef-
bad thing. I'm
before
just
before
saying-
you arrived, I was the mascot of the Lion Clan.
So maybe we have all of this travel to do to get ready for the festivals in all of the major cities, which are strategic allies for Thunder's Edge. So if you were to go with us on this leg of our journey, you could meet some eligible, appropriate young women, get a little adventure.
Like I said,
But not without telling your father.
that part is the new part.
I don't want you to abdicate the throne, but I want
don't-
you to really think about what it is that you want. Because if you want to be the dutiful son, you can do that a couple different ways. You can ask for Arabelle to find you people, but you may never leave. He doesn't want you out of his sight already. So it's not going to change once you've completed your training, because once you've completed your training, then you are for sure the next in line.
Well, once you're in charge after your father passes, you'll have duty here and you won't be able to leave. This
Nope.
is the time for you
Yep.
to travel. And there's legitimate reasons for you to come with us. So
I don't want you to give up the throne now. I don't want you to do things that will flaunt it in his face, but I want you to think about your opportunity and either make a stand and say, I have to do this now, or I will never, ever, ever, ever be happy. And if you go to your dad and tell him, you will never, ever, ever be happy if you don't allow me some freedom right now. I've known of kings who have accidentally been thrown into learning how to do their kingly duties because something happened to, God forbid, your father, but it's not a 40-year process. It doesn't have to be. Just, you have options. Take it from somebody whose parents made a decision that affected them forever by thinking that they were doing the right thing for their people and their country. Doesn't always work out like that.
Their advice is sound.
I think we can make a strong strategic argument to your father for you to come with us. Maybe not all of us should make that argument. Or plead that case.
Gee, you think?
But
I wanted to write a letter to him. I've started it about just that, how my parents left for the glory of their people, and while their best intentions,
I don't know that an emotional appeal is going to work with Lord Tremane. This needs to be about the
What's
best
best
thing
for the clan.
Thunder's Edge, and because if it was, I don't think it would work.
It needs to be about alliances.
Yes. And traveling with us as we spread the word of the dragons, and being associated with the dragons saving Aecathan, because you were part of that story, and making sure your name is included with ours, will do a lot for Thunder's Edge. And who wouldn't want to marry their daughter to one of the heroes of the realm?
She makes an excellent point. Athgar, this is your chance. This is what you've been waiting for.
Don't squander it.
If you think another one will come, then we'll leave in the morning. But if it's worth it, the try, I can make that case to him in the morning. But it's up to you. This is your life. It's not up to us to tell you what you want or how to get it. It's your life, your choice.
I just want you to know that you have options.
And you have us no matter what you decide.
You should go home and think about this.
Clearly. What time in the morning are you planning on leaving?
Not until we hear from you. We have to pick up some pastries first.
Of course.
We'll probably have breakfast at the Wrath and see Aloric before we leave.
All right. Well, one way or another, I will join you for breakfast. Since I'm clearly not going to have a hangover.
Sorry.
That's for the best, really.
I don't think this
Hangovers
conversation
suck.
is going to be
But
productive.
It was the 97.
But you know where to get it now. It's only 5 platinum a bottle.
Only.
Do you need me to float you along?
No. But thank you.
Also, If you're going to talk to your father, you should be coherent.
That wasn't quite what I had in mind. But we'll see.
A list of pros and cons if you live out one way, and a list of pros and cons if you stay with what your dad wants. I mean, a well-rounded king is much better, or a lord is much better for a clan anyway.
I agree. Now let's see if I can convince someone else.
You have a gift with words. It's what you do. Don't forget that.
Well, I will see you all in the morning. Or later on in the morning.
Okay.
And he
Good luck.
He just turns and slowly walks out. He's clearly mulling over something. He's got an idea.
You need me to get you some more wine, Gwenlaryn?
No.
Sorry, I just thought we needed you coherent for the conversation.
And less belligerent.
I wasn't belligerent.
She didn't get in. Her hands aren't bloody. She didn't get in a fight on the way back.
No, she didn't. But
The lack of trying.
I tried to see if they could summon something for you to fight, but none of us can do that.
yeah.
I think I'd better go to bed.
Do you need anything?
No, thank you. Perhaps tomorrow will be a better day.
Gosh, I hope so.
We're leaving Thunder's Edge and we get to fly on a magic carpet.
Yes.
Maybe Lord Tremane will have a fall down the staircase. Who knows?
Don't push him down the stairs. I mean,
If he dies, then we'll never get Athgar out of town.
No, remember, Athgar can do what he wants if he's dead.
No, not really.
I don't think that's how it works.
No.
I'm hopeful that you'll have better luck charming Lord Tremane. And maybe you'll be able to help Athgar find his own destiny. In the meantime, I'm going to think about horrible, horrible deaths for those that have challenged my honor.
Okay.
Hope we're not in them.
No.
Just remember, Aerolacus was actually not one of those people.
I think everyone should get some rest.
I go to bed.
All right.
Me too.
The night passes in comfort, uneventfully,
Yeah.
although a little shorter than might otherwise have been. But you awaken the next morning.
Do we still get a long rest?
Yeah. Yeah, there will be enough like resting activity to fill in the blanks.
Okay. I get up and pray and then go pick up the donuts. Or not the donuts, but the order.
Okay.
And bring it back to the house.
All right. Yeah. You and Sar are happy to see you. Sar is, as usual, covered in flour. But they have your order all ready for you and tell you to, let them know when you hit town again.
Well, we'll see you soon.
All right.
Bring it back. Make coffee.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to lay low. Still kind of itching for a fight, and I know that if I go out, I'll probably get in trouble. So I'm just going to lay low until I can get out of town and kick some ass.
All right, Tasha.
I make myself some tea and ask Gwenlaryn if she wants some.
Sure.
And I'm sure there's a couple muffins left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I give Gwenlaryn a muffin, and I eat a muffin, and I relax a little bit.
And Zoreth.
I come down and I ask Gwenlaryn if she wants to fight me.
No, thank you. It wouldn't scratch the itch.
Okay. And I give her shoulders like a squeezy. And then I go back up to I grab a cup of coffee and a couple pastries and go back up to my room.
Do you want to spar? We could spar outside.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm upstairs, I guess.
Okay. So how do you spar?
Hand to hand.
Hand to hand. Okay. All right. So, Arabelle, you come back to the house and see Tasha and Gwenlaryn fighting each other.
But we don't have any weapons.
We're not yelling at each other.
And we're not, saying mean things or anything. We're just sparring.
Is this training or fighting?
Training mostly.
Okay. I go back to packing up stuff.
Okay. All right. Probably doesn't take you long to finish packing since you'd started the night before. In relatively short order, you're ready to go.
Ready for breakfast?
Second breakfast? Absolutely.
Sure.
A heartier one. Cook's breakfast. Seeing Aloric.
I come downstairs when it's time to go.
You get to the Ivory's Wrath, short order. You see, as usual, there are a few people at this early hour, but the big breakfast rush won't happen for a little while. But you come in and you see Aloric behind the counter. And he just kind of smiles and nods and says, "Good morning." The full usual or something lighter?
Oh, the full.
Very well. Have a seat.
Oh, and we would have packed everything up in the portable hole.
Right.
Did we get our mattresses delivered?
Yes.
Yay!
So those also go in the portable hole.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put them in the group loop.
That'll be comfy to sleep on.
All right. So, in just a few minutes, Aloric brings out coffee and tea and juice, and then brings out eggs and bacon and ham, and a huge platter of fried potatoes with onions and garlic, and some fresh fruit, and some fresh bread, and honey, and a couple different kinds of fruit preserves.
While we're all here, I would like to propose that we give one of the sending stones to Aloric.
Me?
Oh,
Well,
are you at our table still?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I would have said it when you left.
Oh, all right. Then he didn't hear it.
Sorry. I would like to propose we give one of the sending stones to Aloric.
Agreed.
Because he can use it in case he needs us. He can keep us up to date with what's going on. But I think right now, right now it's just in group loot. And until we maybe need it, which we might not, I was thinking maybe that we could give him one.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. So I had got out the sending stones earlier this morning, and I have one in my pocket and one in my other pocket.
Okay.
So the next time he comes back to our table, I'm gonna ask him.
Okay. He comes back after a few minutes, just, to check and make sure that you've got everything and that everything's okay.
Aloric, I have something that we think would be good for you to have if you needed to contact us. It's a sending stone, and I give him the sending stone, and then I explain all about it and whatnot, and I'll have the other one.
I'm honored, but wouldn't it be more appropriate to give this to Athgar?
We can get in touch with Athgar. He can get in touch with us.
Oh. And not Wiggy?
He's not responsible enough.
I don't want Wiggy's head coming out and all.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to.
I understand. Well,
I mean, would you want a drunk call from Wiggy?
No. I've already gotten several.
See? Neither would we.
All right. Well, I will keep it safe, and I will only use it in most urgent circumstances.
Well, okay, because I can't remember. Hold on, let me read about the...
I think you can only use it once a day.
Right, but how does it work for... You have to have it on you?
Yeah.
So... And sending, it's just 25 words or less once and back.
Right.
So just keep it on you. Like in his pocket is enough, right?
Yeah. As long as it's on your person.
Okay. Because you never know when we're calling.
Right.
Oh my god. It's the D&D version of beepers. Oh, sorry.
Sort of. And as you're standing there talking to him, you see Athgar come in the door.
Hi, Athgar.
Good morning, Aloric. Athgar.
Good morning.
Good morning. Feels much earlier than it is.
Well,
Did you sleep?
Some. I had a long talk with someone.
and
We'll see.
With
Does that
whom?
mean you're going with us, or does that mean you might be able to go with us later?
I might be able to join you at some point.
ah,
But not this morning. This
Ah.
is not something one can accomplish overnight.
all right, that's fair.
Well,
You can send us a message.
I can come pick you up. And, well, I can't take us necessarily back to where we were, but close.
Well, we have to go see the Susaran, and then from there, we're not sure where we're headed. So we could come back here, and then
Did we tell you we have a magic carpet?
Really? No, you didn't.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
the dragons gave us presents.
The
A mini horde.
You never cease to amaze. A mini horde.
Yes,
I mean,
we're dragons.
we can't look like poor dragons.
That's
mean,
what
like-
I said.
My.
Tasha
I mean-
would say we're kind of a big deal.
Well, clearly the dragons think so. A
And-
horde.
And if the dragons think so, must be
Who
true.
are we to argue?
Right.
Well. So apparently dragonkin means you have to be a little bit wealthy.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Yep.
A flying carpet.
Mhm.
I've read stories.
We'll take you for a ride.
I look forward to that.
Once we figure out how to use it.
Oh, you would know.
The identify,
yeah,
we know.
the identify. You know the.
Well, I know,
command-
but we've still not gotten on it and ridden it. I mean,
Right.
like,
Well,
We'll get out of town.
you know the command word to start it. To get it to sort of hover, it'll hover a foot off the ground,
Mm.
and then whoever has spoken the command word is the pilot, basically, and you just need to be in contact with the carpet, and it responds to simple instructions: forward, back, up, down, left, right.
That's awesome.
okay. I haven't taken any notes this half.
But it also responds to urgency.
I see.
So if you're going to make a course correction urgently, telling people to hang on first is probably not the worst idea in the world. Because it is a
see.
carpet. There's nothing to hold on to except the edges. So,
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right then. Hmm.
well, will you fly off on it from here? Will you wait till you get out of the city?
Out of the city.
Of course. Well, I'll watch from the top of the keep.
Hmm.
We'll
Well,
get a ride soon.
breakfast first.
Yes. It looks and smells wonderful as usual.
We eat.
Yes, we drink.
We make merry.
We pick on Athgar just a little.
He seems to be in slightly better spirits.
He has something to hope for.
Yeah. The food is good. It begins to pick up a little bit towards the end of your meal as the normal folk who are stopping by for food before they go to work. That crowd is starting to roll in.
Mm.
Well, I suppose I should head back, so I'll be in place to watch you fly. But I'll be in touch.
You know how to
Good luck.
reach me.
Thank you. Alliances are always fraught with peril, but
They are.
the good
You were-
ones can be very beneficial, and I'm hoping this one may help solve my problem.
You are getting more persuasive, and you are using you're using your wits a little bit better because
No.
you believe that you can.
Definitely better than last night.
Well,
I'm still mourning the 97. I will be for a while.
We'll have another bottle when we get back.
I'm having another bottle tonight.
Don't tell him I told you.
But I'm going to be sharing it. So
all right.
Athgar, I'm sorry for any trouble that I've brought to you. I really didn't think your father would overreact in this way.
for all that you maintain that you don't like him, you continue to believe better of him than he is.
I mean, he's heard the gossip before, so I really didn't think that he would think any more of it now than he did then.
It was the fact that it came from his people, rather than random murmurings that filtered their way to him. But, if nothing else, I now know exactly where I stand with him.
Guess that's certainly seeing the best side of the situation.
Well, it allows me to pursue my alliances from a much more informed position.
Yes, I'm now well aware of what he thinks of me as well.
Yes, well,
I had no idea he was so easily baited.
he is terrified that I will fall for someone not sufficiently noble for the great house of Tremane. And you, my dear Gwenlaryn, have become the physical manifestation of those worries.
Was your mother noble?
Yes.
No, Oh, I thought she was.
Well, she was of the clan, but that
No,
doesn't mean
no.
she was.
I thought she was captured.
No, he saved her, but that doesn't mean she wasn't noble.
Yes.
Oh,
She was
saved
kidnapped and held for ransom,
Yes.
and father saved her.
oh, I completely. Okay.
He
Maybe
doesn't-
someday I will have proved myself to the point where such an idea wouldn't even be as terrifying as it is today. And he would stop thinking of me as an embarrassment to the clan.
I hope so. You deserve that.
Thank you.
You are no one's embarrassment. You are.
Well, every once in a while.
Nah.
But that's
Well-
also one of the reasons why I hold her in such esteem and affection.
All right then.
All right. Give me 10 minutes to be safe.
No
It's
problem.
It's gonna take us longer to get out of town than that. So
No.
Yeah.
All right. And
But-
you're headed east?
southeast.
Southeast? Well, east out of town.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So
we-
I know where to look.
I hug him, and I say, "Be well."
I do as well.
I am going to set about learning the Lost Guardians of Aecathan. I want to be able to sing it too.
I hear it's a decent song.
That's what I've heard as well, yes.
I hug him too.
Thank you, Sorth.
Give him a hug.
He hugs you and then kisses you on the cheek and says, "Please don't take my rejection personally."
I don't think I'll ever get over it.
Oh,
I know. In the last 24 hours, you've rejected us all. As you can see, we're all heartbroken.
I don't feel rejected.
didn't reject
Said we were
all
all
of
like
you.
his sisters.
Oh, well.
Oh,
That's,
well, that's
not
fine.
a rejection. That's a statement of affection, of respect.
Mm.
Eh.
All right, fine. I'm not getting out of this one with my hide intact.
Never, never.
Bye.
Travel
Start
safely.
pushing him out the door.
We love you.
And I
Bye,
love
little
you
brother.
back. He kind of chuckles and walks out.
I'd have been a good lady, Tremane. Come on.
Oh my God.
Just think of the trouble I could have caused.
The city wouldn't be the same.
It would be so much better.
It would be cinders.
No, I wouldn't have to burn it down if I were in charge.
Oh.
You'd have to create some heirs with Athgar.
Oh, well,
Not sure if that changes your.
yeah.
An heir and a spare. Hmm? Means you'd have to have sex with them at least twice.
Oh, wow.
Just
Not
saying.
helping.
It's funny because it's true.
We did wait for him to leave, don't we?
Oh, yeah. I figured.
He said give him 10 minutes. We're going to pick on him for 10.
Please pack up all our foods and tell Aloric goodbye.
Yeah. Hug Lorik.
Mhm.
We always pay our bills, obviously.
Yep.
But when we leave a place, we always do that.
Yep.
Because they're debts of honor,
Or something.
and we have that.
Or something.
It's true.
Eh.
So we get walking out of town a little ways.
Yep.
How does the portable hole work when you're not doing it on a side? When
You
you're
have
doing
to
it,
have a flat surface.
well, right, like the ground, right?
And then basically imagine a 10 by 10 by 10 cube and the holes in the top of it.
So you just drop down.
Okay.
It just kind of shifts, right, to whatever.
Yeah, the position of the extra dimensional space is static. The hole determines where you enter that space from, but the space kind of stays at the same orientation. So if you put it up on a wall, you come into the space from a side. If you put it on the ground, you come into the space from the top. Conceivably, if you put it on the ceiling, everything would fall out.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
A lot of coins to pick up.
Too messy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That could be a really funny battle strategy.
I was just thinking that.
Crushed
keep all my
by,
stuff now. Let's keep all our
crushed
stuff.
by stuff.
All right, so we get out
With bookcases
away.
alone.
We get out a ways and we perception check to see if anybody's watching us.
We might have taken the rug out of the hole before we left home.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could be carrying it rolled up on their back.
Yep.
Okay, because walking around with a big ass rug is not suspicious.
Oh, I'll do it. It'll just give them
It would
something
look
to
like
do.
It
Bed
could, be,
mat, I mean,
it could be a carpet bag.
bedroll.
Yeah, I mean, it just looked like, the carpet
Okay.
you put down to sleep on.
Yeah, no big deal.
This is my nap rug.
All right.
Let's get on the carpet.
So you
Okay.
roll it out. Who is piloting?
Oh.
Arabelle,
Oh boy. Is this like going to be a roll?
Oh, yeah.
what
are
kinds
we
of rolls?
What are we rolling?
This is going to be an Arcana check.
Zori.
Oh,
You're driving.
Got a 1.
it is +6.
I'm going to guide her since this is our first try.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a +5, so.
All right.
I'll give her guidance.
Okay.
Because I'm like praying to Torora for this anyway.
All right. So go ahead and make an Arcana check. Add
I
the
rolled
D4.
I rolled a natural 18 +6, 24 plus what is it? Did you give me
a
a
D4.
D4? And I got a 1. So 25.
That's not bad.
25 is very good. Where do you pilot from? Like, where do you sit on the rug? There's
Like
going
a
to be 4 of you on there.
foot back so it can kind of curl and so I can.
Okay. Okay, so you're piloting from the front.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
I
you
pet the
see-
carpet first.
You see Zorth kind of settle down, and she puts her hands down on the carpet. And
Roll up the little front a little bit.
Do you speak the command word?
I wait for everybody to get on.
Get
I
on.
hop on.
Me too.
All
I
right.
hold on to a corner.
You
And I speak the command word.
Okay. And you feel your stomach lurch just the teeniest little bit as the carpet goes. And it's now a foot above the ground. And you feel immediately, you know that all you have to do is concentrate and send instructions to the carpet, and it will move. And you know that how much mental energy you put into the commands will determine how quickly the movement occurs.
Okay. Does it go by like feet? I'd like to go.
No,
about
it's just
go, and then it stops.
Let's rise, and it begins to.
Okay. Let's rise.
How high up do you want to go?
Can I? Okay, we're gonna go up 1 story, then 2 stories,
Okay.
then 3 stories. How high is the castle?
The keep is probably the top tower. The turret is probably a good 60 feet.
So is that 6 stories?
Yeah.
How many was I at?
Three.
4? 3, 4, 5. Everybody hang on. 6.
Okay.
Are you going to buzz the tower?
No, we're just gonna stay here.
This is Maverick requesting flyby.
Exactly.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Negative Ghost Rider. And then I'm just gonna turn it around a little bit so that everybody can see back to that way.
Okay.
And if y'all want to wave, you can wave.
Nope.
Gwenlaryn's like,
Gwenlaryn's like, bye, bitches.
Pretty much. I'm like, and you can kiss my flying ass.
Well,
I
we're
get
saying
it.
goodbye to Athgar, not anybody else. And then I turn us around again southeast. And did I take that spell? I don't think I did.
I was gonna cast the sky flare all clear before we leave. Because he's watching.
Oh, that's nice. I take us much lower than 6 stories, by the way.
okay.
Like 3 stories.
Okay. So 30 feet up.
And then if there's anything obviously tree-wise or whatever, we'll go over it or around it.
Right.
Did I take that spell? I don't
know.
think I did. I don't think I did. It was the one where it's like you can't, you know where you're going.
Find the path.
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Does Gwenlaryn have that?
Oh, was that who could have had it?
Somebody cast it before.
I think it's Gwenlaryn.
Gotcha.
It's Bard.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Oh.
It was Annette when she was looking at her spells that she could get, and I said find the path, but she didn't choose that one. But I was gonna say we know where we're headed,
Right.
at least approximately.
No, I did choose find the path.
Did you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Cast
And
the
it-
cloud up into the sky as we turn away.
All right. Are you going to cast Find the Path?
Sure, why not?
Well, she didn't have to do it right now, right? We can do it when we get closer.
Sure. You can do it anytime.
Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, but now it'll just show you like where we need to go, general area.
Doesn't her keen
Right.
mind give us that anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within 30 days, though. I mean, like,
Mostly.
It's not been there within the 30 days, right?
Yeah, it's within the 30 days. There is going to be a little bit of a difference in roll simply because you're looking at it from a completely different angle.
That's fair.
You know, how things
Well,
look
then-
from the ground are not the same as they look from 30 feet up.
Yeah.
but if we try to find the seer lady, like, that's where our goal is.
Yeah, the Guardian.
And then the Guardian.
The Spirit Naga.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, so you can go a maximum of 40 feet per round.
oh my God, that's going to take like forever.
Yeah,
But we can only walk 30, so it's faster than walking.
yes.
Okay. And for how long does it let us go?
Indefinitely.
Wow. That's
Oh.
cool.
We can even sleep on this.
We could.
I mean, we could go longer, though. I mean, because we won't get tired.
Right.
So we can travel much longer during the day and then just rest for 8 hours. And
Or get caught up on the thing again and travel at night. Like do the change. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Sorry. I don't know. We go.
All right. As you rise up, you head off away from Thunder's Edge back toward the Sasaran, and that's a perfect place to stop.
Okay.
So we will pick this up next week. The trek to the Sasaran and the meeting with
Ermon.
And the rest of the crew, and
It'll be interesting.
yeah.
Always is.
So we'll be back next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. We'll continue this. Also tomorrow night, Buddy and I doubt that Nikki will be with us, but Buddy and I will be on for Vigilante Training Academy. So I was going to say, since you're not going to be there, we might play different characters.
That's okay.
So we'll see what he wants to do. But that is also at 7:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So,
Excellent.
Until next time, remember, stay safe, stay sane. Please continue to wear your mask. We're not out of this yet. But if everybody continues to be smart, the end is maybe in sight. So, just remember, stay healthy. Be smart and stay healthy so that you can join us again next week and we can welcome you back to the lands of Aecathan.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.